I think court storming in college basketball is a necessary part of the sport. So I know there's now been a lot of hand-wringing and a lot of negatives when it comes to court storming after yesterday's incident in which great Duke standout Kyle Filipowski goes down, gets hurt as the Wake Forest students sprint on the floor, knocking him around. And unfortunately, he left the game, or I should say left after the game, injured, and now his status right now, as you said here, is unknown if he'll miss any time and how much time he will miss. I get what we saw yesterday cannot happen. I'm not sitting here advocating for just recklessness, for lawlessness when it comes to students rushing on the floor. But I don't think the answer to what happened yesterday at Wake Forest is banning court storming. I don't think that's the answer. For me, the solution is very simple. Wait 10 seconds. That's it. Buzzer sounds, wait 10 seconds, allow the opponents to get off the floor, and then once they're safely away in the locker room, boom, let the fans erupt. Let them go to center court, have a great time, and celebrate one of the greatest pastimes college basketball has to offer, which is storming the court and celebrating with your team after pulling off a big-time upset. I think there absolutely is a happy medium here where both player safety and also fan excitement can live in the same space. And I really think it's as simple as just waiting 10 seconds. And to demonstrate how simple, how quick it is, and I feel like why you wouldn't even think it's, you wouldn't even recognize it till it's all over is, let's just go through really fast here. Do a quick exercise on how waiting 10 seconds can not only benefit you, but you're losing no steam. You're losing no juice after your team just pulls off a big-time upset. So, role play here, and selfishly, I'll make this about me. I'm wearing my Penn State shirt here today. And Penn State basketball's not very good, so they pull off upsets. So let's pretend here we are all right now at the Bryce Jordan Center. Penn State is playing number 1 Purdue. They're about to pull off the upset. I'm going to pretend I'm on the play-by-play, make the call, and then as soon as I am done, we'll hear a 10-second timer just to show you how quick that time goes by. Players off the court, 10 seconds are up, boom, okay, let's go celebrate. I promise you it is painless. All right, let's get into action here. Everyone, battle stations. 3, 2, and 1. All right, number 1 Purdue on the ropes, down by 5. Penn State dribbling out the clock, 5 seconds left. They are going to pull off the upset. The fans are going crazy. There's the buzzer. Penn State has just beaten number 1 Purdue. And here come the students rushing the court. Jubilation, pandemonium. Penn State has beaten the number 1 team in the country. Go crazy, State College. Go crazy. It's nothing. 10 seconds is the perfect amount of time. Let the players get off the court. Let the coaches get their team now kind of all shuffled into the locker room. And now allow the home fans, allow the players themselves, the coaches, to bask in what they just did. Beating a top team. That is a great sight for us on TV. It's a great experience for those in the stands. And I think it's a part of college basketball that shouldn't leave. I think there is an absolute happy medium where you can take into account player safety. You can make sure the players are off the court and away from the chaos, while also allowing the fans at the same time to express their energy and their joy of knocking off a top team. We don't have to take away what is one of the best parts of college basketball, watching a home team celebrate an upset. We don't have to take that away because of one injury. We can modify to make sure that doesn't happen again. That's absolutely what should happen going forward. But you can make sure an injury like what happened to Duke on Saturday at Wake Forest does not happen again, while also allowing the home team to celebrate and still allow that awesome scene to occur. I mean, forget about just kind of playing it out like we just did, where I hope you realize 10 seconds is not that long. Allowing the players to get off the court that fast, and then all of a sudden letting the fans go on the court. You can absolutely keep all of your energy, keep all that joy, and still let it spill out after the game's over, after the players are away. But I have already seen this happen in college basketball this year. A few weeks ago, I was on the air actually when this happened. Georgia Tech knocked off, at the time, number 3 North Carolina at Georgia Tech. Now, I'm not sure. The one thing I cannot tell you here is why this happened. But here's what I can tell you. It absolutely happened. The game was 1-point game. UNC drove down to the hoop, missed the shot, end of the game, buzzer sounds, game over, Georgia Tech wins. Now, I'm not sure if the fans waited because they were told or if the fans waited because they were not sure if that play was going to be reviewed for a possible block charge. Because it was a little like there was contact on the final shot, and even myself sitting there kind of waiting, like, is there going to be a whistle? Is there going to be some sort of review? Like, are we going to have foul shots coming? So I could not tell, and I've not seen any evidence or explanation since on if the fans waited because security told them to wait or if they waited because they didn't want to rush the court if there was going to be a review and if, there's a chance that UNC was going to be able to take foul shots to tie in and win the game. But either way, what happened was number 3 UNC goes down. Their players beeline, their no handshake line, right to the locker room. And it literally took 10 seconds. Fans rushed the court. It's one of the greatest scenes we have seen this season in college basketball. It's very easy. It's very doable. All you got to do, forget about the handshake line. By the way, you want to talk about banning something? Don't ban court storming. Ban the handshake line in college basketball. Especially when you're about to have, and fans are about to rush the court. We don't need an extra 2 minutes of the opposing team and the opposing coaches on the court interacting with fans. We don't need any more time than necessary. Game's over, have them go right to the locker room and allow the home team, the home fans to celebrate. That is, to me, the perfect solution. People that want to ban court storming, and there was a lot of people I saw yesterday on social media, on TV saying, enough is enough, this is ridiculous. How are we letting this happen? I think they're overreacting. Because this is not a black and white issue. Court storming is not either pro or against. Or it's either have it as soon as the buzzer sounds or not have it at all. There's absolutely a happy medium here where you can have both. You can live in a world where the opposing team, and that's their right, by the way, is able to leave the court safely, while also at the same time allowing an opportunity for the home fans to celebrate a big-time win. It's not one or the other. You can absolutely have both here, and I think by just waiting 10, 15 seconds, making sure the home team is, or the away team, is off the court, is the best and easiest way to do it. You're wasting no time. You're still maintaining what is pandemonium and an awesome scene, and you're still allowing that pure celebration, that pure joy to occur and allow for, again, one of the best sights you see on TV. We don't have to end a tradition because one idiot at Wake Forest tried to target one of Duke's best players. Another idiot that I think was an accident but just was out of negligence runs into Caitlin Clark after Ohio State upset Iowa earlier this year and just knocks her over, not out of spite or anger, but out of just pure bliss. Just ignorance is actually probably the better word. Just pure ignorance of not realizing what's in front of her. I don't think one or two idiots should ruin it for all of college basketball. And that's why, to me, there's absolutely a happy medium of both. Get the players off the court safely and also allow the home team to celebrate. I really hate to say it, but especially since, this year especially, we've seen a lot of upsets, right, in college basketball. It's been top 10 team goes on the road. It's been a lot more losses than we have seen in any other year, that's for sure. It's been chaos right now in college basketball, so we've seen a lot of court stormings. I'll be honest. I am shocked. This is not like, we have not seen like a Malice at the Palace 2.0. Like, we have not seen more chaos. Because, like, if you really think about it, the people rushing the court first, and most of the people that are rushing the court in general are college students, right? They're the ones right behind the basket. They're the ones with easy access. They're the ones with the most enthusiasm and excitement. Most of the time, they're banged up, a little too much to drink before the game or during the game. And it's like, it is kind of amazing when you really think about it. 18 and 22-year-old kids, 18 and 22-year-old drunk college kids running on the court after just experiencing the highest of highs where your team upsets a top-ranked college basketball team. And you are now closer than maybe you'll ever be to some of the best basketball players in the country. Because in that 5 to 10 seconds when the other team is leaving the court and you're running on, I mean, name another time where you're going to be that close to a top basketball player. You are running basically right by them. I am honestly shocked that you haven't had more idiots swing, push, taunt, chirp players as they're leaving the court. For how many times it's happened, the fact that really happening twice this year is now the first time we're actually talking about whether court storming should be banned or not. I'm thankful, one, that, we haven't had a Malice at the Palace, basically 2.0. But at the same time, I can't lie, I am surprised. So part of it is a reaction to what we saw on Saturday. Part of it is just honestly, common sense of just like, okay, if you do this enough, eventually maybe all it takes is one bad scene to break out. The last thing you want is an all-out brawl. But I think the solution is very simple. Buzzer sounds, security's there, 10, 15 seconds. Okay, you look over, the other team's in the tunnel. Okay, now you can go. Go nuts, go crazy, go celebrate a big-time win. We can absolutely live in a world where court storming can happen while also at the same time protecting coaches and players to make sure they are not in the middle of that chaos.